The sides of the box are gonna be 3/8 of an inch thick, but rather than run them through my planer, I can just resaw them to thickness on my table saw. For the top and bottom pieces, I'm gonna use this 1/8 inch plywood. This is the same stuff I used a few weeks ago on my bongo cajon. This fence will determine the depth of the rabbets along the edges. And this last little bit here I can just break off. And I'll use my miter sled to cut out the 45-degree angles on the sides. The key to making perfect miters on a miter sled is to always make sure that you make your first cut on one fence, then flip the board over and cut it to length on the other fence. And I can just glue these 4 pieces up like a picture frame. For those of you who are new to this show, this is a band clamp I'm using here, and it's one of my most used tools. I cut out 2 squares of that 1/8 inch plywood and I can glue it in. And now I just wait for that to dry. Now I can separate this box into 2 pieces. You may remember me doing this same procedure a couple of weeks ago when I built that cabinet. I'm sliding a shim between these 2 pieces to prevent it from pinching on the saw blade. Do you see what I just did there? I ran it through the wrong side, so I got a problem now. Well, I'm just gonna continue cutting it up and see if I can repair it. You know what I'm gonna do? I think I can just fix that. I'm just going to take that slot and I'm going to fill it with a strip of wood. It'll give it character. You can't buy character like that. Happily, I save all sorts of thin strips of wood that I cut off of projects, and I just so happen to have a strip of walnut that'll fit perfectly. See, there's nothing that can't be fixed. And the nice thing about this is that if anybody should ever see this, I can point it out to them and I can say, see, do you like the elegant inlay I did on that? I cut a thin strip of wood. It's about 1/8 of an inch thick, and I'm gonna cut the ends at 30 degrees. I've laid out some of my drill bits here just to kind of get an idea of what the angle is going to look like, and I can put my piece, I know this side I want up here, but this side, it goes down too far. So I'm going to take a little bit off of that so that it can come up a little higher. That seems like a pretty good fit. And now it's just kind of a matter of figuring out where I want to place each of these. This reminds me of my silverware drawer organizer a long time ago, and I needed to cut some cutouts in these dividers so that I could get my fingers in there easily. I'm trying to flatten out these 2 inside surfaces just with a sheet of sandpaper. I just kind of hobbled together this hook and eye fastener with hardware I had in my shop. It's not the most elegant solution, but it works. And I'll give this a little bit of protection with a couple coats of spray lacquer. Finally, I'm cutting out a piece of foam to fit into the lid. One thing I want to address before you all start leaving comments, and I know some of you have probably already left comments on YouTube. You're going, all of those drill bits are just banging up against each other and they're all gonna get dull. Yeah, I know, people always tell you that your drill bits shouldn't bang up against each other, but here's my reasoning. First of all, I have drill bit holders that have individual holes and spots for each drill bit, and I can never keep up with that. I always end up losing the drill bits and I don't put them back in there. I'm just not good at that. Secondly, it's pretty rare when I need to know the actual diameter of a drill bit. Usually it's just a case of finding one that looks like it's the right size for the screw I have. Thirdly, I don't buy expensive drill bits. All of these are pretty much disposable. Fourthly, is there a fourthly? Fourth, I've had my drill bits banging against each other for years and, well, they still make holes. Lastly, have you seen the way I've been storing them? Before I go, I'd like to make a really quick pitch for you to get involved in woodworking for mere mortals and become a supporter. I've got some really cool perks you can earn in the process. Right over here is a video that I shot and released yesterday that will explain everything, and I really could use your help. Thanks again for watching this video, and don't forget, I've got new woodworking videos every Friday. Thank you for supporting free woodworking content.